Chatting in a coffee shop, sitting by the windowsill, walking down 8th Avenue with you. Our fingers touching the light, you pull back blushing delight. Call me when you get back home.
Hello Rally besties, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. In today's video I'm going to be writing a first chapter with you guys and also kind of plotting the end of my project. This project is kind of like a passion project, a sub project, and I've been doing this little series taking you through all the different steps I do when writing a project. I've already done 3 other videos where I brainstormed the story, where I did the characters and also the plot. I'll have it all linked in the description below. But maybe I should first introduce this project. This project is called Project Ghost Zombie. I kind of pitch it as Twilight, but instead of vampires and werewolves, it's ghosts and zombies. So they're kind of like arch nemesis in the world, and there's a big like magic system. Oh, it's actually probably like a paranormal dystopian. I think that's how I usually describe it as. But it follows this girl named Betty who visits her mum in her childhood hometown and kind of goes back to this very memorable place where her best friend was last seen. Her best friend's kind of missing, and she basically sees a zombie, and it's a big whirlwind from there. And of course, yes, there is a love triangle between the ghost, the zombie, and Betty. Come on, of course there needs to be. So I have the general plot figured out, the ending not so much, so I'm going to be working a little bit on the ending of the book and kind of tying up loose ends. This project I want to kind of be more free form, kind of just write as I go, kind of how I wrote Ghost Side, which is another paranormal story that I really love. And then hopefully we'll be able to get to writing the actual story, which is kind of gonna be really exciting. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of the video. But I've been brainstorming this project through Millanote, which is the sponsor of today's video. If you guys don't know Millanote, Millanote is one of the best writing platforms for you to write your stories and also brainstorm, plan, and write your projects. I just love the aesthetic of Millanote and how easy it is to just brainstorm and collectively organize your ideas. Everything is basically one space. I have my character profiles, my plot, my save the cat structure, and I'm going to be adding also my manuscript page into this whole big project. It's been so fun just correlating different photos, Pinterest pages, playlists, different boards and quotes and stuff like that into a big mind map sort of thing. And I think it's just such a great way to brainstorm. And I love how Millanote facilitates that brainstorming and that creativity, that binding you to particular structures or particular tables. It's literally all for you to organize. And I thought it would be really cool to show you a little bit of a tour of my Millanote page so far for this project. However, this is my homepage. I'll have it right on the screen for you guys to have a gaze. This is my homepage. I low-key love it. It's a bit chaotic, but as you can see, it's so crazy and so cool and so aesthetic. I kind of have it organized between the plot, characters, and also the sort of magic system of my story of the zombies and the ghosts. These are my 3 characters who I love so much. And up here, I really love how I can organize my Millanote pages like into different boards. So it's like super organized, but I have characters, scenes, plotting, save the cat, and characters. I don't know what the difference between these 2 are. I think this is what I started with, but this is actually a mind map of all of my characters, as you can see here. I think I did this in my last video, go check that out. But my main characters, that's what I kind of brainstormed. I brainstormed Noah and Betty. This is Betty. I have her characteristics, quirks, backstory, and also her sort of character arc, which is pretty cool. That's her aesthetic as well, which I think is so epic. I've also done Noah. I'm yet to do Samson as well, but here is Noah. I love Noah. And I know it's bad maybe as an author to have a bias, but my bias is probably Noah. He's just cool. I do love Samson though. He's like probably my favorite character objectively, but Noah has my heart for Betty. I also have Save the Cat, which is amazing. I was so happy that Millanote had Save the Cat. but I haven't finished this, so I hope to finish it in this video, kind of the plot essentially. So I can technically start writing this book, but I really want to understand the entirety of the plot before I dive right in. But we have all the way to the debate. We just gotta kind of plot out the next act and then the final act. But that is my homepage essentially of Go Zombie to begin with. I don't know, maybe it seems like there's a lot to, or maybe there's not a lot to. I think it's interesting to see a writer's sort of, a writer's process, because I feel sometimes it's very convoluted online, and I really want this series to kind of be like exactly what I have done, and this is all I've done, because I don't really want to work on this project unless it's with you guys, so I can show like fully kind of like the progress through me filming and doing it with you guys, if that makes sense. That is the little tour of Millanote and kind of what I'm planning for this series, and just in general, I'm very excited to see where the story goes. It's just been always in my mind, the back of my mind, and it's so fun that I'm able to work on it. Again, with you guys. And of course, Millanote has made that possible. So if you guys want to check out Millanote and you liked what you saw, again, I swear by Millanote, I think it's something that's really helped me get more ideas and to be organized and to just get excited to see my project there. I love just staring at even if I don't work on it, I just love staring at what I've already done, and it just helps motivate those thoughts in the back of my mind. Millanote also is free. Y'all, it's free for you to try out and have a account and everything. So please check out Millanote. I'll have it linked in the description below. It's free to sign up, free to use. So I love Millanote. I love what they're doing. And yeah, let's go ahead and get on to the video. I'm probably going to film this for the next couple days or so of me writing the story and brainstorming a little bit more of my book. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get on to the vlog.
Where the tide goes when you sigh, does it drift into a pastel cloud that grows throughout the night?
Okay, besties, it's the next day. Yesterday I did get distracted by another project. It's go side, okay, so don't worry. I am working on like 3 different projects. Why did I put 4? 3 different projects, which includes Project BB, which is my priority, this project, which is kind of my baby as well. It's kind of like my passion project. And then also, of course, Go Side. And it's literally the perfect day. It's rainy. Yesterday was super sunny. So today it's like so much better. It's so cloudy, and I'm at home with my little tea, my little shawl. Literally, do I look like an author yet? Do I look like a stay-at-home author? I love how it's like stay-at-home mum. No. Stay-at-home author, mum of my children, which are my projects. Anyways, I have so many ideas for my project, and I've been really thinking about chapter 1 of this story, and I have changed, at least in my mind, a little bit about how it's gonna go. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started on plotting and writing and doing it all in real time. So I'm gonna go ahead and start recording the screen so we can do this all together. Alright, besties, so the first thing that I wanted to do before I get into the actual manuscript of this project is to firstly clean up a couple things of the book, especially towards the end of the novel, because it's a little bit more wishy-washy, and I just wanted to set out some lines to make sure that I know where I'm going towards this project. Okay, I'll kind of split screen a little bit just because I kind of need to. I love to do Save the Cat just so I can understand where I'm going with this project, and I have these notes that I actually have a whole video on, and this was kind of the script I used for that video of how to plot your book or write your book using Save the Cat. So this is kind of my notes, and I look at this whenever I'm going through another project, and this is actually what I did yesterday in a cafe. It was so lovely actually, but with Go Side, since I wrote that book kind of very pantser-like, and I didn't actually follow Save the Cat, although I was able to see which parts were missing, etc. So this is going to help with this project. I'm up to Break In 2, which is in Act 2, and this is the decisive action beat. And I already know like what's happening, but again, I need to write it down. in my Millanote page because I feel a lot more organized that way. To catch you guys up, basically Betty has a missing friend and she returns to her hometown where her friend went missing. Her friend's actually declared dead because they're not able to see, or kind of like a cold case essentially, and she can't help but go back to that last place that she saw her childhood friend go missing from. Her childhood friend is Samson, who is also the ghost in this story. Anyways, she goes back, she kind of meets a zombie and sees a zombie and is basically running away. Break-in 2 is basically where she tries to forget what she just saw. But of course, there's this whole kind of big climax that kind of happens where she begins to get hunted by ghosts. And that is where Noah, the zombie, comes and saves her. She must go with him or die. She also thinks of her mother. She kind of visits her mother. She lives, and this is also in Australia, which I love, but she lives I actually don't know. I think she studies in Sydney, and that's the reason why she kind of went away, is to kind of forget about Samson, this missing friend that probably, which like really upset her life. So she kind of promised her mum to go study in Sydney and then come home and visit her. So her mum's kind of sick right now, or kind of just immobile. I'm not sure what's wrong with her yet, but I know that she's sick. And that's why her daughters come to visit. So she thinks of her mother and leaves for fear the ghosts might come and hurt her. But I kind of want to jump straight into the action, so that's what we're going to do here. The B story is an introduction to a helper character. So this is probably Noah, who helps the hero learn the theme. And it's kind of difficult because Noah also is a sub-character, and I have decided to do the POVs of both Samson, Noah, and Betty. I'm gonna go back to my character page to kind of see what I did for Betty in terms with her arc, because there's lots of characters in the story. So she has to learn, she's a bit shy and lacks fierceness in trying to investigate Samson being missing. She's confused about her identity, what it is truly she's seeking. She finds the supernatural world uncomfortable and usually shies away from it. So I guess she must learn that she needs to have more agency and go out of her comfort zone in order to save the person she loves, I guess. Fun and games. Okay, this is like the best part of the manuscript in my opinion. It's my favorite part of like every sort of book. It's basically like the promise of the premise. And it's why everyone's picked up the book. And this is basically the chase where the ghosts chase Noah and Betty throughout the outback. And this is like a really fun time where Samson, who's part of like that kind of cult, he actually really does love Betty, and that's where the whole love triangle comes in. But essentially what happens is he's on the other side, supposing to have to hunt down Betty, and they are hunting down Betty because she is supposed to know something. Her dad also is like the scientist who kind of created zombies to begin with, which is interesting. That's why they're kind of tracking her down, and they're using Samson because Samson knew her and her hometown and her family and such like that. But he's kind of on the other side, but of course is helping Noah and Betty escape. So eventually, Samson teams up with Betty and Samson while they are on the run. What happens next is the midpoint, which is the middle of the novel where Fun and Games culminates, either a false victory or false defeat. I think a false victory / defeat might work here. Okay, the midpoint, I want the three of them to find the safe haven, which was created by the zombies. They end up finding the sort of lab that first created the zombies. Betty has flashbacks. They capture Betty and Samson, and the cult begins to overtake the world. Okay, that's all the plotting I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep letting it simmer in my brain in terms with the end of the story. Alright, besties, so this is my little board. I'm gonna go ahead and create a new board and call it manuscript. There we go. Put it up here. Now it's all even. I kind of love that. I love how it's a cookie too. Maybe I should change it to something else like manuscript. Let's do that. I'm gonna press these 3 dots right here and it says document there, so I'm gonna drag that over here. Oh, can I spell? I can't spell. So there is my new document. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's actually been so long since I've started a new project, so this is very exciting, but I'm gonna go ahead and open the document and kind of scared, kind of excited. I don't know how to describe what I'm feeling right now. I'm gonna write the title, which is for now Ghost Zombie Manuscript. Okay, now it's for the dreaded time of staring at my blank screen for a few minutes, and I literally want to do this in real time to show you guys how to show you guys the process and how hard it is sometimes. And I literally have no idea what the first sentence is, but I do have a clear idea of what the first chapter is. I'm gonna go ahead and stop procrastinating and get writing on the first sentence. Wish me luck. Oh man, this is really hard. I think starting a book is even harder than finishing a book, almost.
Chatting in a coffee shop, sitting by the windowsill, walking down 8th Avenue with
This is hard. I can do this. Watch me, I can do this.
In the light. You pull back, blush and delight.
Oh, it's just so much pressure. I don't know how to.
You get back home. Meet me at Manhattan Henge. Meet me under Columbus Circle. I'll be waiting there for you. Meet me when the stars align. Meet me when the earth divides. I'll be waiting there for you. Cotton candy clouds reflected in your eyes. Merry-go-rounds in my heart, illuminated by flashing signs. You take my hand and you pull me inside. When did everyone else disappear? Meet me at Manhattan Henge. Meet me under Columbus Circle. I'll be waiting there for you. Meet me when the stars align. Meet me when the earth divides. I'll be waiting there for you. Meet me at Manhattan Henge. Meet me under Columbus Circle. I'll be waiting there for you. Meet me when the stars align. Meet me when the earth divides. I'll be waiting there for you. Chatting in a coffee shop, sitting by the windowsill, walking down 8th Avenue with you.
Alrighty, besties, so I have just completed most of the first chapter, I think. I kind of want these chapters to be very short, or I might just kind of conjoin the next chapter together, where basically she gets home and sees her mother, so I might add that in, but I feel like I've gotten a lot of the taste of the story to begin with. It's a lot of pressure actually writing on camera, and I don't judge my writing, please. Again, this is like the very, very first draft, and I would almost say like the zero draft. But it was so hard getting that first sentence down that I ended up like kind of changing it. You saw at least. So you're welcome to read it. You probably have been reading it as I've been doing the b-roll and everything, and you've been doing it in real time, so that's really, really interesting and kind of scary. But this is, I guess, how I write. But the first couple sentences is, Betty June never anticipated the feeling of being back here. Part of her never thought she would return. She had tried to blot out all memories of her childhood town as you would a stain, but I'm already changing stuff. But even with her eyes closed, she would know these roads, the turns, the potholes. It was a town where her best friend was lost in a locked police cabinet between the old pages of a cold case. They never found him. Betty believed it was because they stopped looking. Kind of giving the vibes just a little bit, hopefully just a little bit. But yeah, that's kind of the video so far. I kind of loved that I wrote 567 words. That's pretty good, and I love how it says the word count on Millanote. That's pretty cool. But anyways, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me ramble and seeing me write in real time. That was really, really scary, but I hope you enjoyed nevertheless. Again, this is the first draft, so don't stress me out by commenting on my writing. I also hope you guys enjoyed having a look at my Millanote page. If you guys want Millanote of your own and to use Millanote, I know you guys have been enjoying it so much. In a couple of my other videos, some of you have commented about Millanote and just like how happy you are that I recommended them, because they are literally amazing, and I have been using Millanote for so long, and it's so cool that I can have my manuscript within Millanote, my Pinterest page, I can have all of my writing and brainstorming in one space, and I really love all their tools and how free you're able to kind of organize your thoughts and stuff like that. So please check out Millanote. I'll have their links in the description box below, and thank you so much, Millanote, for sponsoring today's video and for also sponsoring basically this series. It's been so fun using Millanote to help myself brainstorm the story. But I hope you guys are excited for my next video. I feel like I'll continue this vlog of writing my story whenever I pick it up and have time to work on this passion project, because I still am very busy with my other projects and also with life in general. But anyways, I love you all so much, and I hope to see you in my next writing video. Bye everyone!
So they